Hello and welcome back to Kaiserreich. I actually wanted to wait a little bit more until the next episode, but turns out that someone detonated a nuke, and by someone I mean the West Indies Federation or something like that. They nuked Mexico, Yucatan down here, because they might be. I don't think it's Congo. Who is at war with like the entire world? No, I think it's one of these guys. The West Indies Federation, I think. Just bombed Yucatan. The atomic era has truly begun. While you were not seeing when I was playing, or what I was doing when I was playing, I've basically just improved some research and stuff in terms of getting and also improved some variants of fighters and stuff to give them better range to reach Japan. I have I started creating strategic bombers. I probably should be researching heavy fighters as well, since we are in such a good oil spot right now, and we are starting to get some more naval supremacy in the relevant regions, even though we're splitting our forces as well, which is a good sign, which means that probably if we concentrate them, we could get the supremacy that we need. Right now, I just want to mine everything in order to completely pulverize the Japanese Navy. There's no planes in the air. No Japanese planes in the air. It might be that their navy is repairing. Hold on, what if we do this? Send everyone over here. 27%. Alright. Let's reduce the amount of mine layers we're making, because we don't need that many anymore. And let's increase the amount of normal submarines we're making. Also have paratroopers coming up. If we still have... Oh yeah, we have a lot of leeway in terms of how many special forces we can have, so I'm just gonna keep making Marines. We can start making our first strategic bombers. Alright, nothing else seems to be happening, and we're not quite ready for the naval invasion, so we're getting there though, but I'm going to pause the recording, and I'm going to come back to you whenever we are ready. And we're back, and the naval invasion is a go. We have, so after setting the forces to patrol instead of convoy raiding, because, you know, that gives us more supremacy because we're actually patrolling, we've gotten past the 50% mark. So I'm going to swap them off of that the second this invasion is over. Or once we've landed, or it's failed. Let's find out. Let's get this army, by the way, ready. They have to be by a port, so we will actually have to cross sea zones. Because they have to go to Busan. And then from there to whatever port we send them to. They might go to Hiroshima immediately. Or Hiroshima or whatever. Like, I pronounce it kind of in the Norwegian way, I think. I think the Americans call it Hiroshima, but I call it Hiroshima. Okay, well, there is nobody defending the mainland. This war is over. No need to send any more troops in. Marines, you are now going to naval invade Osaka. And you guys are going to be covering 2 zones now. Which also means we probably won't get to 50% until we, well, so the squadron's getting bigger and we're getting more squadrons as we speak, so that might change. Now, we could actually be losing ships now because we're fighting actual battles. Maybe. Okay, there's an army. Just grab a bunch of random ones and just give them orders to move somewhere. That's another port we actually take. Shock troops have landed as well. I think we need to use the momentum. I wish I had tanks or motorized for this, but we need to use the momentum just to get across there. I think they might just be out of troops, honestly, because of how they've been... no, they should have troops somewhere. They must be... I don't know, where could they be? They could be out on the islands, I guess. But they've... yeah, they have manpower. Don't know what's going on. We might hit a wall of troops very soon. Is my guess. We have so little steel, dude. Thus making heavy tanks does not help. We can tone down the convoy creation, and we can probably still tone down the amount of arms we're making. Still have 3 dockyards, though. What? Where is everyone? We've just landed on Japan. There's nobody here. It's like some 28 days later stuff. What's going on? I did so much prep work for this, and this is what you give me, Japan. Hirohito, where are your troops? You should have a bunch of divisions. You shouldn't have, many, compared to me. But you should have a bunch. You should have at least half of what I've got. Maybe they're just surrendering, or maybe they're in hiding. So I guess we could explain this as, the Imperial Japanese Army, I guess, just stands down the moment the invasion happens. But the Navy decides to keep it going. It's just extremely strange. Just gonna send these guys as deep as I can until I meet resistance. You can probably, well, once he's gotten onto that tile, I can probably get rid of the front lines and sort of consolidate them. I can, do this. Oh, goddammit. Hear a ship sinking. There we go, militias. Do they have any, national spirits or anything? Numerical superiority? I mean... Against who? Service by requirement. And we're meeting some regular troops outside of Tokyo and Yokohama. Finally. Now, surely the Japanese should capitulate, because, like, even if they don't hold any of the, or even if I don't hold any of the islands. If not, I'm just gonna call the war here, once we take the home islands. Yeah, more militias and just, like, one regular infantry division, the Yokohama Hendan. Man, I was expecting a long epic struggle, but I guess most of the army gave up. And I guess I did also kill most of the army in the ocean here, so. Like, most of the Imperial Japanese army is at the bottom of the East China Sea, I think. I'm curious as to where the army is. They must be stuck in some strange place in the islands, surely. Unless they're fighting someone else. They shouldn't be. Oh, they're only fighting us. And they have no troops in our territory here, so... Tokyo is a fortress, but one division isn't going to hold out against like 25. No chance. Understand division's paratroopers, which will no longer be needed. Thankfully, I will never have to learn how to use paratroopers, because I never have any need for them. Look at this, how well they're holding on for this long. Oh, he's graying as well. I thought this guy didn't have grey hair. Oh, and he's dead. What? He may have committed seppuku or something. No, he's back. Doing a reverse guard. How long can he hold on? It's it's purely the defense that is keeping him alive, I think. But look at this, organization is ticking down so slowly. There we go, the fall of Tokyo and the fall of Japan. Today the whole of Japan was shaken to its core as left KMT forces finally took the capital after some fierce fighting. Despite the hopes of left KMT planners, it seems that the Imperial Palace was evacuated successfully, leaving the whereabouts of the Emperor and the government unknown. Well, that might have changed, because he is now signing an unconditional surrender. Sorry, an unconditional surrender, that's it. That's the right one. There we go, the Treaty of Tokyo. I believe that's what it was called. And the war is over. Integrate Taiwan, demobilize our economy. And we don't have a Fate of Japan yet. Don't know if we... Oh, there we go. There's Fate of Japan. We will create a Japanese puppet. Japanese Union under Arahata Kanzon. The first chairman of the Japanese Union, Kanzon Arahata, took office during the immediate change in the political landscape of the nation. Having been arrested, in the Red Flag incident, Kanzon had to hide his pro-socialist tendencies, later creating a socialist underground for left-leaning activists. It is said Kanzon might be responsible for all the radical left violence against the imperial regime. Cool. And we now organize the Kuomintang into the true power in China. Subjects such as our position in China and the fate of our wartime policies will be discussed at length. So we have the final, probably, Congress here. We have a lot of holdings out here in the sea now. But I think that's it. Like, this is it for the series. the question of taxes. The KMT has, let's see. Let's ease the burden of taxes here. There really is no, like, we're not in a dangerous position. We're now out of war. Lack of civilian factories, yeah. We're no longer mobilized. Time to demobilize everything. War is over. And we actually sunk the Kaga, which was their flagship. Formation of a permanent capital, yes. Let's choose the Republican capital. Probably Beijing, right? Beijing or Nanjing, one of them. Is that a... it's not a decision, that's an event that's going to pop up. North must be pacified, reintegrate. We'll unlock the focus, reintegrate northern China. Wait, are we getting national focuses now? Oh yeah, we are, I think. Republic of China has not been proclaimed. From the East Asian National League. End of the Congress. Oh, now we are officially the Republic of China. End of the Japanese imperial family. Cool. Welcome to the Republic of China. Music kicked in very perfectly. Republic of China proclaimed, with large swaths of territorial acquisitions made by the KMT in a ceremony has taken place in the Nanjing Presidential Palace. Song Qingling officially proclaimed the official creation of a second national Republic of China. The site of the proclamation just inside the palace's main hall was the site where Dr. Sun Yat-sen was declared provisional president of the First Chinese Republic in 1912. Though the nationalists have already secured their position in China, this was only as an unrecognized insurgency led by the KMT's military forces. The nationalist government aims to establish a single-party state led by the Kuomintang that will eliminate the chaos plaguing China. That's not us. We're different. We're built differently. So this means that we can potentially join the Internationale. Well, this creates an independent foreign policy, which I think is what we're gonna do. Yeah, we'll create an independent foreign policy, create an East Asia league, and also align with the United States of America. Possibly. Never mind the social liberals. Now instead of social democrats, maybe still though, we could. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff anymore. The war is over. The LP is done. All I want to see now is what happens next. Syndicalist aligned social democrat, yeah. So, the way I envision things shaking out, I don't see a Cold War between us and the Internationale. I see us sort of working together, but us being like an official, I guess, partner of the Third Internationale. I mean, they are the world order at the moment. There's nobody who can oppose them. The United States of America and us together, I guess, could oppose them, but I don't see any reason why we would. And we're not gonna, like, become, you know, full capitalist like I think the United States of America might. So maybe they get into a Cold War with the Internationale on their own, maybe. But yeah, I don't see like any real conflict coming from this world unless things drastically change. Like right now, these people are, I mean, okay, so Britain might sort of become a problem because of the popularity of Oswald Mosley. But otherwise, oh, and of course Prussia might become a problem, I guess. So Germany might become a problem in this world. But otherwise, I think like everyone here seems to be sort of aligned with each other in a way that things should work out with like relatively like little conflict in terms of like actual warfare. There's probably going to be a ton of trade conflicts and all that, and like, you know, ideological disputes and stuff like that. I mean, they're all leftists, right? And can't have leftism without that. And yeah, that's all I see coming from this. Of course, the Canadians would have to peace out in a conditional surrender or something, or a conditional peace treaty or whatever. But yeah, I do think I see them being invaded though, unless the United States sort of protects them. In which case, Cold War, North America versus the rest of the world. With Mexico, of course, still being in North America, but, you know, being syndicalist aligned. Or international aligned. Did we get any decisions? No, we didn't. Alright, well, I'm gonna pause the recording and come back when we do the foci. We're back. We got no events popping up or anything, but we do have our own alliance, the East Asian National League. Now, of course, you know, no other countries have joined it. I could see, you know, over time, the Philippines may be coming around. Never mind, they're paternal autocrats. So they are basically the North Korea of this timeline, I suppose. Sort of abandoned by a state that no longer exists, that, you know, propped them up. Being the Soviet Union, and then, of course, China, which is no longer China like they used to be. In the real world, of course. But yeah, I think a Cold War is actually very likely with the Entente and the Third International, because the Third International doesn't want to mess with them, because they're using their nukes to assert their sovereignty. Because, you know, we saw the Entente actually nuked Mexico, so we're sort of in a North Korea situation with Canada and them being a North Korea, and then you got these guys, Philippines, as like a North Korea as well, who are probably really upset about all the ships that go around them, and probably assert, you know, see boundaries that are way bigger than they actually should, and all that. And then there's probably like a crisis every few years with them, some sort of diplomatic crisis. Otherwise, I think there might be some flashpoints between China and India with a border, maybe border disputes, but that would probably be handled in an amicable and diplomatic fashion. I hope. Yeah, I think that's about it. This world is... I mean... These aren't even... Like, this isn't even approaching the amount of losses. I didn't actually check how many... I should have checked the casualties in the Japanese and Chinese war. But I'm going to assume that they numbered somewhere in the... up to like 20 million or something. At least 12 million, I think. And that's just war casualties, like manpower. That's not counting civilian casualties, which are usually way, way higher. Sometimes, I believe it's up to like 10 times higher, something like that, than actual war casualties. So, yeah, this world has gone through some shit, and I think this is a world where people would be very much like, you know, never again. But again, you know, we've seen how that went with our world. Anyways, I've had a lot of fun with this playthrough. I hope you have had fun watching it. I want to say thank you so much for watching it, thank you so much for sticking through the entire playthrough, and if you would like to find me in various other places, you can find me... Oh, there's a weird border here. You can find me on Twitch in the description down below. You can find the Discord community down there as well. You can find the my Twitter, where I post about politics and other dumb stuff. Mostly dumb stuff, I think. And I have a Patreon, which you shouldn't go to, because I neglect my patrons. And what else is there to say? I think that's about it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.